The chokehold's too tight, the left looks too right. You know what? You right. These bitches can't look. They hearts racing, they start chasing, but I'm so fast when I blow past that they can't. In the presence of the man, your future look better.
This is Naya Rodriguez from Fully Live and Uncut. We're back with Bengy from Rock the Mic. We're just going to begin from where we started off last. Let's get into it.
So what prompted the change, the spark in my life was actually the birth of my son. Shout out to my son, and a special shout out to him because he turns 13 next week. So.
Oh wow! Happy birthday in advance.
I'm a dad of a teenager, so pray for me.
Yes.
But, yeah, he sparked the change in me. Me growing up, my father. I'm not here to bash my father. My father is he's a great human being. He turned out to be a great human being.
Yes.
But in his journey of life and him figuring things out, he made a lot of crazy mistakes. And like I said, I'm not here to bash him, but his mistakes is a part of my story. I'm the oldest of 7 kids on my father's side, and I'm the oldest of 3 kids on my mom's side. All 7 of us are around the same age, so you do the math.
Got you.
At one point in time, my father had 3 different families at one time. That's why we're all like around the same age. And,
yes.
The blessing of it that he birthed geniuses, special women, and both of my brothers are in the music game with me. So yeah, they're doing anything. So it's like it all came together. It's a crazy story, and I know America can eat it up, but pause. Excuse my language. Yeah. America love family drama.
Yes.
But like with my brothers don't have no problem with it, but with my sisters they're very private. So I tread lightly of telling our story.
Yes, absolutely.
But again, their story is a part of my story. But
absolutely. Well, you know what? I have to say this. Much of what you've gone through is very much a part of all of our story.
Right.
I believe that with our parents, they do the best parenting that they could possibly do.
They figure it out, especially when you especially when you're a kid having kids.
Absolutely.
My father had me when he was 17 years old, so there's no way he knew about raising a child, and he just kept on having kids. So, but make a long story short, even shorter, I didn't want my son to look at me the way I once looked at my father.
Got you.
So, and the whole me idolizing somebody else that's not my father. My son, I'll be damned if my son will he can be inspired by other men, women, but he know his dad that bull. Really that bull, respectfully. I'm respectfully talking about
Understood. So let's talk about your business, because you have a studio. So you can
I had a studio. We under re-management and everything, but for the past 10 years I had a studio. Shout out to Wolfpack Studio. Took some kids off the street and
amazing.
We made a difference. That's when I was transitioning, and I thought I was Sean Combs or Dame Dash or something. So I tried to be behind the scenes managing artists and everything.
Gotcha.
So it was a good time, and it taught me a lot about the behind the scenes industry of the music. And that's why I move so well now, because it seasoned me. So
yeah, absolutely, it definitely will. The best way to familiarize yourself with the industry is through working with artists, and I've been privileged enough to work with veteran artists, senior artists, however you want to term it. As well, seasoned producers and engineers, and the behind the scenes, in my opinion, is
you learn so much.
Oh, absolutely.
That
is the greatest part of the process for me.
You see everything that you're supposed to see, because it's not all glitz and glamorous.
No, not at all.
What the consumers see on whatever platform you watching your entertainment is edited up.
Yes, it is.
It's shined up real nice and with a bow tie on it.
Okay.
But that's not how it was actually made. But,
absolutely. Yeah. And now let's when you said that, I had to, Bengy, I have to talk about this, because when we're talking about the polishing and the shining up, I think the biggest misconception and the reason we don't have a lot of longevity, we may have an artist that may be around for 6 months to a year, and then we're like, where are they now? Is because they weren't quite expecting the behind the scenes to be the way, the way it is.
You was expecting some
overnight success. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So this is where artist development comes in, and why it's so essential and important to an artist's life. Anyone in the entertainment world, it's very, very important that you understand that sometimes it takes years. Sometimes 20 years may have gone by. That doesn't mean that you're not a great artist. It just may mean that you're not appealing to a particular audience, and you may need to tweak whatever it is that you're doing, switch some things up in order to grab the attention of that audience.
And sometimes
that audience.
It may not just be your time. So like you said,
exactly.
you could be working at something working at a goal for 20 years, and all it takes is that one moment, and it happened.
Absolutely.
Sometimes the world like connects to you, the universe connects to you in a weird way. Sometimes it don't happen the way you want it to happen, but it's still a part of your plan.
Facts.
But it's just like switched up a little bit. So you just got to be clever enough to, change with the times or change with the plan.
Absolutely. And see, this is the thing. You can't be impatient. I think in this world of social media, I think that, the era that we come from, Benji, there was great success because we didn't have social media. So now it's like we're on social media, and there's so much comparison going on, and it's important for us to be our own individual person. Exactly. And for us not to lose ourselves in the light, in other people's light.
Exactly. And I spoke on that. I spoke on that on another interview. Social media is what you use it. It's what you use.
Smoke screen and mirrors.
So it's smoke screen and mirrors. If you use it as like, I'm just talking to the people, just not the regular people, but the people that's aspiring to be artists, that's aspiring to be in the entertainment game. If you use social media for a promotional tool and you don't use it as its intended purpose, if you spying on exes or like catfishing, whatever you're doing, like doing dumb memes that's not even funny, by the way. And you're not spending your time promoting yourself or promoting your brand or promoting your artist or anything. Use it as a promotional tool, because the artists back in the 2000s and 90s, if they had social media and they can promote, imagine if Tupac had an Instagram or Biggie had a Twitter or something.
They would have been billionaires.
So the internet is the new gold rush. When liquor hit America, it was a lick. It changed the game.
Yes.
When the casinos came to Las Vegas and Atlantic City, it changed the game of this great country of America. The internet changed the world. You got to use it the way you're supposed to use it.
Absolutely. So talking about change, let's now we're gonna conclude this part of the interview. We're gonna end with you have a project that you're currently working on. Let's talk about that.
The 40 for 40 project. It started as a promotional tool for my podcast, Rock the Mic podcast. But me working with the artists, and I started to hear their story, and I'm big on stories. If you have a story, like it hit home, it means something. And I started working with a lot of female artists, and I thought about it, and I started doing my research, and I'm like, I don't know anybody that put out an all-female project, like an all-female mixtape, all original beats and everything. I may be wrong, but until I find out where somebody DM me the facts of somebody did it, I'm taking claim to that.
Absolutely.
So I'm only in to do stuff that's never been done before, and to make history. But it has to have a story behind it.
Absolutely.
So me working with different female artists around the city, shout out to Hot Shock, shout out to Lady Sparks, shout out to Philly Rel.
Yes, Philly Rel.
Shout out
to Rel and
shout out to Magic
Sparks.
with 2 eyes.
Yes.
Shout out to Maya Allure from South Jersey. Shout out to Bree Bougie from Milwaukee. Shout out to Nani from Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to Asia Sparks. This is just more than just Philly female MCs. Is nationwide.
Absolutely.
Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Virginia, Phoenix, Arizona. I said Arizona is Phoenix, but you know,
Gotcha.
California, and I'm still working, and we're dropping a project on Mother's Day.
There
So
you go.
yeah.
What better day to drop it than on Mother's Day?
It's my gift is my gift back to. I kind of understand. I never thought about it because I'm a male, but me hearing these amazing ladies' story of us doing studio sessions, and you tend to forget, like us as males, we got it a little easy, especially if we have kids. You don't think, like, if you was an artist and you're a female, you got 2-3 kids or a kid, you still have to take care of that kid and balance your career. That's amazing.
And then being told
and
that,
with this game, in this game, it don't sleep. It's 24.
Absolutely.
It's a 24-hour job to raise a kid, and it's a 24-hour job to be an entertainer.
Yes, and then being told that a woman can't do it better than a male, than a man. That's kind of,
It's like I said before, the universe sometimes all comes and makes sense. It comes and makes sense. You just got to be clever enough to understand everything is making sense and consolidate everything, because it's never been a time in hip hop where I seen where it's a variety of female artists. Usually it'll be a female, and there's no disrespect, it'll be a female artist attached to a rapper or a group or a label. They'd be the first lady or something. Now you have females artists that's solo on their own, that's not even with a group or label or anything. They their own bosses, and not saying those queens before wasn't their own bosses, because they was.
Yes,
I'm just saying they're doing it.
But they had to go through a certain process that today's.
It's like even with the men now,
yeah.
like it's a ton of female artists, not just the artists you hear on the radio. It's a lot of female artists unsigned and independent that we didn't hear yet, and it's just I see it as an even playing field, and I believe that us as men, I didn't heard Biggie, I heard Tupac, I heard Snoop, I heard Jay-Z, I heard DMX, I heard Lil Wayne, I heard Drake, I heard Method Man, I heard all these great artists. I think it's the females' time.
Yes, absolutely. And I appreciate
I think it's
you.
the females' time.
Being a female, I appreciate you for that. I just want to just.
And that's coming from the heart. And these females are single mothers, like figuring it out. Like they standing on business, doing the same thing men are doing, but still have you got to take care of a child. Not saying men don't take care of their kids and all that type of stuff, but let's be real. In our community where we come from, if the relationship don't work and you got the kid, the man leaves and the woman is stuck with the kid. Even if you cutting checks, you paying child support, and you getting the kid on the weekends and all that type of stuff, 80% of the time, from Monday to Friday.
In my ear, I walk a mile in the pair I wear, and I'm getting better year by year, like they say wine do. Cops couldn't smell me if you brought the canines through, and I pace myself. I know these money hungry bitches wanna taste my wealth, but I keep them on a diet, embrace